I did it. I did it again. It is Friday. It's the weekend. Drama is over. No more drama. Okay. Weekend with no drama. I just wanna play games again. I thought the drama was over and then the cursor happened. I can't believe that ended up being drama, guys. Come on. Can we just not? Okay. Enough of that. As you can hear in the background, I'm running around procrastinating. And today I want to talk about, well, I don't know what I want to talk about because we hit 100. We killed a 9. I know I want to kill Maven. And then I have some other goals. You know, it's that point in the league where you've done your first set of goals. You decide, am I having a good time and push on, or am I not having, like, am I not really having a good time anymore, or I'm, not invested anymore, and do we move on? I'm very invested, I have to say. This league is very much keeping me engaged. I like the ultimatums, but it's also because I have stretch goals I haven't met yet, which is like Del 1000 and Beard, and I want to take those on. But here's the problem. I have no idea what build I'm gonna make with it. I think we've all been here, right? We've all been here where, we played one build to its logical conclusion, which was, for me, this build was like 100, take down A9. I was thinking maybe we'll use this in Maven as well. I could maybe do that. But I also want something that can farm these bosses consistently. Because in going high delve, getting a good Watcher Eye is very big. So I really want to have someone who can take down Uber Elder consistently. And the thing is, I'm not really interested in my character being, with the stress associated with playing the Raider, where if I make a mistake, I can just die. I'm at that point where I would like to make a defensive character where I'm so strong that I can basically stand still in Uber Elder and such and such fights like that. And I think that will be my next project. However, I don't know what that project is and what that build is. So, you guys got any ideas? Fire away. Okay? It's your time. I am thinking if I can somehow get my hands of that new shield. Because the pen... Right, so there's a new shield in PoE. The one with the 6 keystones. I don't own one. I don't really want to find a picture. You know what it's one of the new uniques from the league. And that allows you to build characters that can basically tank Shaper Balls and what's that other thing? Like a series Flame Blast, because they're pen. So we can actually make it to that point where we can straight up tank those mechanics, which is very strong and powerful. So maybe we should farm for that. And we'll take on like Uber Elder Uber Siri a lot and start farming, because Uber Elder or Uber Siri also has that new ring that has like a lot of use. Yeah, we could do that. Another thing we could do, we could go for some aura stacking. That's very powerful. We could make some fortify stacking. Oh, man, we have so many options. But even with that, it's so hard to decide, because there's another thing that kind of gets to me, right? So we have this meta of slam builds, dot builds, BFBB builds, and probably a couple others, where we've seen them so much that just upon looking at them, they bore us. But they're the best vessel for pushing forward some of these strong builds, because the reason why they get to that point is because they require the least amount of effort to get the most amount of offensive power. And so they're a good addition to these defensive builds. But like what we did with the lightning striker is we took something that wasn't really considered that good and we made it into something that could do what we wanted it to do, and that was very enjoyable. So I'm kind of stuck where there are certain mechanics I want to engage with that, like, say, bow builds have a really hard time building defensively because you don't have the shield on for like a max res, and it's hard to fortify. There's like a lot of stuff there that makes it a very difficult character to build. So it's not a character that I'm that interested in building, even though the toolkit of bows is very interesting to me. I've always been a fan of the pew pew and the bow and shoot. So I'm kind of stuck on that. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the way. Another option, something I sometimes do is I adjust, and this actually leads on to a secondary thing where where a lot of people I think would get stuck. And it's like this idea of, well, let me just let the game drop something for me that it'll then show me the way, okay? But what would do that for me right now would be a good Watcher's Eye. However, for me right now to feel like I'm not wasting my time, I would have to farm Uber Fragments, right? To farm Uber Fragments, I need to do a lot of Shapers and Elders, and that's not really a problem on killing them. However, my problem is that to be efficient with that, at least on SSF, I would have to farm with Guardian's Aid, and this build is not very good at farming with Guardian's Aid. So I need a build that can do Guardian's Aid easily. But if I'm using my Raider, well, I'm blasting maps and I'm doing, you know, the Awakener stuff as well, which it's good at. So I'm accumulating a lot of maps, but I can't really justify this because I'm gonna lose out on like Uber Fragments at the end. So it's like, I'm kind of stuck there between, I can't really do everything at the same time, so I have to decide. So I think on the Raider, I'll just stick to my Awakener idea, and we'll farm Awakened Gems, because we need that as well, and we need Awakener Orbs. So how about we do that? And as we're doing that, we start collecting other pieces for a Uber Boss Farmer. Because I don't think the Raider is an Uber Boss Farmer. It doesn't have the defensive tools for hardcore. I actually think that as an Uber Boss Farmer, this works just fine on softcore. But for hardcore, it has like a few faults where a few missteps can lead to your death. And it's a little bit too stressful to farm on something like this. I want to farm some, but not as my main farmer, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that's good. I'm also we're gonna start experimenting or looking into what are some of the undiscovered metacrafts of this league. I think the obvious one, like for instance with like Ashling and gloves, but I feel like I think Ashling with meta mods and low life could be very interesting, because the helmet with which one is it? Is it helmet deal more damage while on low life is very interesting, because then you can craft on the +2 AoE as well, right? And this can basically go on non-elemental damage as well. I think that's really interesting. Maybe I need to farm a fracture, because then we can fracture the low life and then craft the elemental as well. Let's see, what would be good on low life here? What is undiscovered? Let's just theory craft right now on the helmet. If not elemental, what are you doing? You're doing physical or chaos. So the helmet could be chaos as well. Ooh. Which gives us light. And it gives us like ED. It also gives us hit based. It gives us like Dark Pact. I think it's time that we look at some meta crafting for that as well. On like figure out the base. Maybe we can meta craft and force some mods and then Ashling on top. We have both projectiles and we have AoE, because that's what you can apply with Ashling, projectile and AoE. So that's interesting. Possibly on a helmet. Cool. Yeah. I don't really have anything to teach you guys today. I just wanted to let you know that everyone gets into this rut of I'm really enjoying myself, but I don't know what to do. But yeah, I think my best way of getting out of it is play something you're having fun with that can accumulate a lot of cool things or wealth towards your next goal. And then if you can't find your next goal, you know, sometimes it presents itself, or you have to force yourself to solve a problem, which would be delve or like feared. And I think that's where I'm heading towards too, that we will identify a problem over the weekend and we're going to start solving it. And with that, that's the video. You know, hope you enjoyed my musings, and I'll go problem solve. Bye bye.